What's up, Dance Fam? Welcome to another episode of The Session. As you can see, Russ is in here today. He's our usual host.
You're not Russ.
I'm not Russ.
Holy moly.
Gosh.
What am I doing?
and he asked me to fill in. I'm Justin Cortez, aka Wonderfell, and we'll be talking about World of Dance episode 5. With me today, as usual, is Eser Valencia.
I've never left.
Culture Shock DC alumni, former Culture Shock DC captain, Tito BoyScouts founding member, and BDCP Collective alumni. How's it going, Eser?
Fantastic. It's been a good day.
Yeah.
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
All right. And joining us today for the first time for this series is Shawn Spears, Freestyle crew, Culture Shock DC alumni, former Culture Shock DC Freestyle director, Family Matters alumni. How's it going, Shawn?
Yeah, it's pretty good today.
Pretty good.
Glad I could be here. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
And we have a new pop on the table. Ferris Bueller singing Twist and Shout. Great pop. Great movie.
If you don't know this movie, you should. It's probably on Netflix.
Turn off this video and go watch the movie. Then the episode of World of Dance, and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just kidding about that first
Yeah.
part. All right, so let's just jump right in.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
So the first team that came out, Embodiment. Very strong, masculine team, contemporary in their style. In their style,
their very own style.
Lost my words for a second.
Yeah.
What do you think of it, Eser?
Strong performers, very good technique, and like it's good to see that that men can also take on this very sensitive side of themselves and just be who they are, and it's just always impressive to see like contemporary male dancers, just the amazing strength and flexibility they also have. Because usually when you think contemporary, sometimes it's just gender associated with female, but no, that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, most of the male contemporary dancers in this competition right now are like very strong. Very, very strong.
Very strong.
And I don't know, like I wouldn't say that there's so much like sensitive. Like there was a lot of power in their performance.
But like
definitely.
they're very insensitive in terms of like they're in touch with their emotions.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Definitely. Shawn, what do you think?
I thought it was really interesting. You never see, at least in shows, like a full male team of that size.
Oh yeah,
Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely.
You always have like a majority of female, definitely, and then you have the males supporting the females mostly.
Oh yeah.
But in this case, it was nice to see a touch of seeing that masculinity strength behind the contemporary side. It wasn't very soft at all. They came out very strong. I'd like to mention that I know in the show the leader of that group is a J-Lo backup dancer.
Oh yeah.
So
we have
that's a
to
lot of
mention that.
pressure, you know.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like you kind of think that maybe she would go a little bit easier, but no, I really think that it would be much harder to please her on this type of stage because it's World of Dance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I will say that with that knowledge, knowing probably how J-Lo works, if you saw the routine that he choreographed, it was very stage present.
Oh
Yeah, very,
Very showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, I thought that they had those moments in the center with like maybe a few of them, like 3 or 4 of them, like lifting someone or having a moment with another person. I kind of thought that the accent choreography around them was a little busy, just like it would take away from what's going on, which I understand you want to make sure that the rest of the team is also, having a stage presence and everything, but it took away. Like if they had maybe changed their levels a little bit more, it might have like been okay. In my opinion. But I would like to see them refine that power. If they can refine that power, and I think that they could go really far in this competition. Personally,
True.
Yeah, they have a lot of potential. I think they spent a lot of focus on solos more than the group together. Stuff like they started strong, but it was just here's a solo, and I felt like it was only a select few dancers who were really strong, and everyone was just trying to accent that, and they were trying to get that message across. It'd be interesting on how they move forward with that, if everyone's a strong dancer or they're just going to keep accenting
those same people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Precisely. I mean, it also looks like that the chemistry wasn't all there just yet because it looks like they're just very new to each other's presence on stage as well. So I thought so. That's how I saw it because from the basic formations, I guess they were just testing the waters as well, especially at this caliber of competition. But I think they did well anyway, with just even like still getting used to each other. So we'll see what they got. I mean, I'll agree with you on terms of dynamic levels. Shout out to dynamic.
Oh gosh.
And yeah, it's just the variation and flexibility that they could push more as well.
Okay. Well, as far as scores go, Neo gave them an 80. J-Lo gave them an 88, and Derek gave them an 86 for average of 84.7. How'd you feel about the scores? I kind of felt like they were pretty spot on.
I think so too.
Neo kind of
Neo,
low.
yeah, he really lowballed them.
Definitely lowball. I don't think that they deserved an 80, but
no,
definitely the 80s range.
Yeah, I would have scored probably between 82 and 85 for them.
That would have been a good one.
So I thought the scoring, what it averaged out to, was pretty fair overall. So
absolutely,
yeah, definitely with J-Lo giving that extra 88.
Yeah,
I thought that was high. So
right. So I'm like, maybe she just likes her backup dancers a little much.
Maybe. Some weird form of nepotism. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
I'm gonna hope not. Anyway, moving on. We had the next team or couple or kids.
Yeah. Then the next performance.
Daniel and Mishella. Really, really young. They're 10 years old, I think.
They're both 10 years old.
Ballroom dancers.
Crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Tiny Derek Hoff is what they kept calling.
Yeah.
You saw that side-by-side picture? I'm like, I thought at first, I was like, isn't that the same picture?
Yeah, definitely. Man, it was... here's the thing. Like, there's always a kid factor that comes into these shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously they're judging them based on their age groups, or their categories, whatever. For me personally, it was good. It was a great performance. It was a great choreography, but definitely not competitive in my not to the level that I've seen some of these other couples or teens in their group. Like
for sure,
like they're really coming for it right now, and I think that they got through, so they'll get to the duels. The duels. I keep calling it battle.
They're battles.
Cypher. They'll get to the duels, the duel round. I think Yu-Gi-Oh. They have great showmanship. Obviously, they have great technique because Derek loved what they were doing, with their kicks, and everything and all that. I just personally, I just thought it wasn't competitive. What do you think, Shawn?
So the kid, so I don't know if you caught it earlier, but they won 10 junior championships before.
Right.
So I actually think they were competitive, but I think Daniel, I think he was the competitive one.
Really?
I actually felt he significantly outshined the girl in terms of performance, because I actually ended up repeating that moment. He actually put a lot of emphasis on his face. A lot of
I did catch that
a lot
too.
of more accents on his sort of like, I guess I don't know what you call him, but in his like movement side to side, like his pizzazz,
showmanship almost.
Yeah. So usually when I see those dances, like when I see like Derek dance, he not only outperforms, but he also accents the girl really well in those kind of dances. And in this case, I think this kid was outshining the girl by far.
Okay.
That's just what I saw, and that was basically because I watched it the second time. Because I was like, let me watch this again because I felt like I missed something. Right, but yeah, I just I think that kid. I know Derek gave the advice of take more risks. I actually feel like this kid is going to take that to heart, and I feel like we're going to see something. Like he's going to take that risk in a duel and stuff. So see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Glad you said that, just because, in terms of competitive, I think I'm speaking strictly just on the choreography. So I guess they will have the opportunity to take those risks now that they know that they need to. So yeah, I hope that they do as well. Eser, what do you think?
They were very good kids. They're very good kids. in the sense, like, they just presented themselves very well. I'll say that too. That I think it was Daniel that was just more showy than Mishella, because like I guess he just wanted it more. It just looked like he wanted it more over her, but who knows? Yeah, just an adorable 10-year-old duo, and you do tend to forget that how amazing these kids are, but they're still kids.
Yeah,
and it's just crazy. Like, their stage presence was very much there, and they gave it their all. And at the same time, like, you know, I had to side with Derek, as like it wasn't as intricate as it could have been, but I'm sure these kids will take these criticisms to heart, because especially at this age, you know, like they just want recognition, and they'll definitely push through.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to see what happens with them. You know, like their division is gonna be super. It's gonna be fire. I mean, there's so many.
So far these kids have just been straight out of like the canon, man.
Where were you this whole time?
So like in terms of their scores, Neo gave them an 80. He's kind of going loaded.
Yeah, I know. He's like he's not having it this time. He's
J-Lo gave him an 87, and Derek gave them an 81. So I mean, I guess in this sense they're kind of on the same page.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know if I was imagining this, but I kind of felt like J-Lo was at odds with the other judges this episode, at least for this episode. I don't know if they like lumped all the ones, because there was we'll get to it later, but there was one where J-Lo was looking at Neo like, what the hell are you saying?
I did catch that.
You know what I mean?
Well, we'll get to that too, but like right now it's just been like J-Lo's been on the higher side of things, you know.
Maybe she was just having a good day, you know.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Well, maybe Neo wasn't having such a good day. Where's my damn hot dog? Like, I don't know.
But they had an average score of 82.7, so like I think that was right around where I would have personally scored
I think
them.
so too.
I mean, it's enough to get through, and that's great. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. Marissa and the Heartbreakers.
Ooh.
Eser, I thought about you when they went on to perform.
Marissa and the
Heartbreakers. I'm just kidding. Heels performance. What do you guys think? I'm gonna let you guys start off with this one. Who wants to take it?
Eser. Did you like it?
Well,
I got a whole page of notes for them.
It's just a spread out bunch of notes. But then I actually had a little asterisk, like right before they went to break, they had this little Hotel Transylvania dance break as well.
Oh, do you want to talk about that?
Not really. I think it's just a mention. I just thought it was just like a nice. I think it's like, why did they add this? It's like, was
money?
it?
I mean, you got
it's marketing definitely, but it's just like it was just a gimmick just to
got to fill in that time slot, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think the one thing that's cool about it is that the choreography with the animated characters is the same as the ones
that's skillful. Yeah,
I mean,
that's definitely good.
That takes time.
Yeah, it does.
So it wasn't just. I don't think it was just like a throwaway. It was definitely like choreographed. They took time to animate those characters. So.
Not to depreciate on the value of the segment. I'm just like it came off as a little cheesy.
Yeah, I totally understand. It's like, I mean, it's like having a TV show and sneaking in like Sunkissed. Like product placement. It's like product placement, but this is like in your face product placement. Yeah. But yeah, back to Marissa and the
anyway. So moving on. Sorry guys. So moving on to actually Marissa and the Heartbreakers. Like Justin was saying, all female, very female empowerment kind of a group.
Definitely.
And yeah, they were really working it. I haven't seen a very female kind of piece set like that in a very long time, especially on TV. Like usually when you see like an all girl group now, or like even within our community, they all go hard. It's like always about the hard choreography, always about like the more tomboyish kind of way.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, there's something to be said about relishing in your your femininity and everything like that.
But it's nice to always it's nice to just see that other side of them, like really, really play to their strengths, especially when they're female. You know, females have so much power, like. Not like especially in their dancing and their performing, but also just that sensuality about how they present themselves. And what else? I said I don't know, they also did come off a little dance team-esque. Anybody else feel that?
Only a little bit, and I'll tell you why. It's because in the beginning when they started to perform, I mean, obviously they're in heels, so it's hard to do like crazy transitions or like formation changes. So I thought that the beginning was very stagnant, but as the performance was moving along, you have to give credit to them dancing in heels the way that they were. It was very fierce, very clean.
Yeah.
I think I've actually seen a couple of videos of Marissa. They're from Los Angeles, so
they're from LA.
I think she teaches at the playground, or something. I think my fiance was telling me about it the other day, and she's very good at teaching heels classes. And to bring that on the stage, it's going to be interesting seeing how she's going to differentiate week by week. That type of choreography, because they said it. Their gimmick is heels. So I'm assuming they're going to stick to that the entire time that they're on this competition. Shawn, did you have any thoughts on them?
I mean, I actually understand where you're coming, like the dance team-esque, because I think they stay to trying to make it so clean in their choreography. And that to me is like, you go to a dance team competition and you're trying to strike cleanliness points. You're not trying to score the most craziest moves out there.
Fair.
Because I actually felt that their choreography was really simple. If you look at it, it was a lot of like these really like very sexy women movements, but it was very simple, and it was movement, let's walk, movement, walk in place. Now get there in heels, but I mean, like if you look at a Beyonce and her backup dancers, they are doing the most complicated, hard-hitting moves you can in heels. So I don't know if I would give it to them so much, because I guess I just have a higher standard. I mean, this is World of Dance. You're competing.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I felt like they played it very safe. It might be a smart move.
Yeah.
Right? Because they did make it. They did make it to the next round.
They did.
They did make it to the next round.
So it could be a way to sort of imprint themselves.
True.
I think the heels gimmick, as I said, is a great tactic because you're going to remember them. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good. I mean, I think that's all true. In terms of the one trick that I really like.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Obviously, it's like the only trick that they did. But when she put her butt on her head, that was pretty cool.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I didn't know how to feel. I was like,
it wasn't a sexy move. It was just interesting.
Yeah.
It's like something you would see in like a yoga class or a Cirque
front
du
and
Soleil.
center.
It was like a contortionist move. Is what it was.
I'm mad at myself for writing because I was rushing just watching and writing. So I said butthead trick here on my notes. I was like, oh yeah, that was.
I thought it was a great show of flexibility.
Yes,
Obviously,
absolutely.
She has. And there was this other move that they did. It was like they were on their knees and they did like a reverse body roll kind of coming up.
Oh, that was insane.
The way that she did that, she's such great control of her body, and I got to give it up to her for that, and at least that. We're just gonna have to see what happens in the next couple episodes because, they made it through.
Yes, they did.
So, with their scores, Neo gave them 83, JLo gave them 86, and Derek gave them an 82 for an average of 83.7. That's actually it's a little higher than I would put them.
Really?
But they still
I think that's a good range right there for them.
I would say so. Maybe definitely the range. I think that I would have scored them a little bit lower.
Okay.
Personally, it would have brought their average down. Anyway, but it's not about me. I don't know. Like you said, the competition, a way to imprint themselves. Maybe they'll come out with something even more fierce.
Yes.
Even more powerful, and I'm hoping they do. So
we shall see.
Do you guys have any final thoughts on Marissa and the Heartbreakers?
No,
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Madison Brown.
Ooh, I like this girl.
I liked her.
Yeah. Shawn, why don't you take this one?
Okay. Yeah. So Madison Brown. Okay. So her backstory. NBC will always do this to you. They put a backstory and you're like, okay, you heard it the same, but I don't know why hers is like, damn, they got me on this one.
I'm gonna be honest with you, the same thing.
Because she's this girl who's moved around a lot, and I can actually relate to that. And then she shy, having a hard time making friends, and she found this outlet in dance to help her build that confidence up. And I was like, man, I feel this because this is actually kind of the same reason I started dance.
Exactly.
And I'm like, dang, we're related right now. And immediately when I saw her, I felt she was really mature. And she's a very strong lady, right? And then she said, I'm 12 years old. I'm like,
what are they putting in the water, guys?
What kind of food are you eating? Because I need some of that, right? But
it's insane.
Yeah, and she's a really strong dancer. Like overall, like when she was performing, you could see that she has a really good foundation in her body. She's very strong, and it was really great to see how supportive the mom was.
Yes,
because I don't like to bring in like minorities, but a lot of minority parents are like, you shouldn't be doing this.
That's all I understand. I mean, that's how it was for us.
That's truth.
Yeah, like, and it's just like, okay, when are you gonna stop dancing? Like, and it was really great to see that and her really shine. I feel she has the most potential. And I know we haven't got to everyone else, but already I could tell she has the most potential to grow exponentially.
Oh,
especially with this
yeah.
competition.
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like this is her first time on stage like that, apparently. And you could see the nerves in her, right? And I feel like if she just can get comfortable, it'll be... I think she could blow out the competition. Maybe not even this competition, but as she grows older, I feel like we'll see her again. Yeah,
definitely.
She has so much ahead of her that she'll be able to accomplish.
And to kind of jump a little ahead towards a judge comment where I think it was Neo saying he wasn't feeling them, or J-Lo saying there was an emotion. I forgot which one said that. I actually felt there was a lot of emotion from her.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it again, she was putting every ounce of energy she had to each facial expression and to like holding the movements as possible, because you could see to like one point when she held her leg like way up high and then she dipped.
Oh yeah.
You could actually, if you actually watch it again, watch it twice. Right? She was actually, her leg was shaking a little bit. You could see she was putting all the strength she could possibly muster into holding that movement. So you could tell that she was. To me, that's a lot of respect.
While still also maintaining a facial on the way down.
Yeah,
that's
hard.
Mad
to do.
respect.
It is hard. I mean, that move in itself. I mean, having your leg up there and having the muscles to do a leg extension like that is so difficult. The amount of training that it takes to get to that point is ridiculous. But then to also have that flexibility in your back at the same time, that's a whole other like ball game. So, I kind of need to. I'm only nitpicking a little bit just because I do contemporary and everything. The only thing that I saw was she was a little bit wobbly on her turns.
I did catch that as well.
It was very, very, very small. She was doing her pirouettes, and then you saw that she dropped off of her releve and everything. So she tried to compensate for that movement, which she did well enough to do. She made sure to cover that up as much as possible. But then there were other things like transitioning between movements was a little bit like she was like thinking about it. I mean, it's good that in her face she wasn't showing it, but you can, for someone that, you can kind of see it from movement to movement that she was a little, there's slight hesitation, but she does a great job covering that up, like compensating for that. So I loved her, like just like her entire package and everything. Like you said, like it's hard to make friends when you feel different from everyone else, and adding moving around all the time too. This is the first time that I've actually really paid attention to the opening package. And I'm glad that you brought that up because, I mean, dance is just something that really unifies us. Like,
it's an amazing thing.
It is an amazing thing. Eser, what do you think of Madison?
Yes to everything you guys said. But at the same time, the biggest note that I wrote for myself is that she's probably the number one contender going up against Eva Igo right now.
You think so?
I believe so. This would be a good matchup. If they were face off in the duels, I would love to see this. Oof. But at the same time, I don't want to see them fight off just this early yet. But
I mean, Eva is a firecracker.
She's a monster. Yes. She really is. But at the same time, I don't know. I just have faith in Madison. Okay. Like, she can really compete with on this level with Eva Igo as well. Okay. Because it really did show, but at the same time she just has to really make sure that her nerves doesn't get to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean it's hard, and especially if this is her first time being on a international stage. but I believe she can. At the same time, like, you definitely got to watch out for the quiet ones.
Oh yeah, no,
these quiet ones.
They're firecrackers, man. The humbleness about them is like, it's great. But when they hit that stage, you can see their personality, and that'll be the one thing that I actually like about this competition. Because generally we talk about this, I'm like whatever. But you can see, like, the one thing that always stands out is that these dancers are putting everything that they can out on that stage, and they want to win.
Oh, they definitely do.
You know,
they got that fire under their butts.
Absolutely. You guys have anything else to say about Madison? We can go over her scores. 84 from Neo, 88 from J-Lo, and 89 from Derek with an average of 87. She tied for like the highest of the night. So,
she did.
Honestly,
I think it's fair.
I think it was very fair.
I think that was very fair.
It was fair.
It will be tough going up against someone like Eva, but I do agree. I do want to see them.
Just hope we don't have the finals before the finals.
I know.
It's like watching the Caps versus the Penguins.
Oh my gosh.
Go Caps.
Go Caps. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, let's jump to the next team. We got Freshh.
Ooh.
2 H's.
Not New Jersey's Freshh.
Not New Jersey's Freshh or Philly's Freshh.
Or Philly Freshh.
I think this was California's Freshh.
No, this is Canada Freshh.
They're from Vancouver.
They're from Vancouver.
That's right. Okay. All right. So I guess we could have a Freshh in every single city.
Yeah.
So what other Freshh is out there?
I want to know. Call us.
Comment below if you're another Freshh team.
Okay. So this is one of the teams that didn't get an intro package. They were just like, all right, go on, go dance. And I was like, oh man, I really hope that doesn't mean that they're not gonna make it.
I was like, oh gosh.
But holy crap,
they
delivered. Were amazing.
They delivered.
And it's to be something to be said, because that type of movement, everyone's like in that kind of pocket right now, like they're moving that way. But there's something about the four of them doing it that was just not funky, as J-Lo said it, but unique. Like there's something there's something so unique about them, and it was making me laugh how serious they were.
Me too.
Like going onto that stage. Yeah.
No, like they look like they were competing.
Yeah.
Like, if they were battling and there was a group battle, I was like, you would wipe the floor with everybody.
Oh, for sure.
With that kind of attitude.
Yeah. Game faces were seriously on for them from the moment they were backstage ready to go on, and then on stage, and then even just waiting for the results. It was just crazy.
Oh, yeah, they're great. I just, there was something about the texture of their movement. There's this one move. It was like the short guy, one of the shorter guys. Everyone was facing back, and he was just doing this not like it's almost like a kickball change, but and he was digging into it and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's a clip.
It's like a seawalk kind of.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The way he was doing it and the way they accented that. See, that's the kind of thing, when you accent that kind of movement, it just looks so visually appealing. Mm-hmm. So it takes a lot for me to be impressed with movement like that. And I liked it a lot.
Let's take a comment on the blocking.
Yeah,
because the blocking was actually well thought out.
Yeah, it really was,
and it helped bring out that accent you're talking about.
Absolutely.
That team was probably one of the strongest blocking I've seen. Come on,
absolutely,
they were solid. It was just who's teaching you these things?
Yeah,
they were so technical. But if we were to critique them though, because they weren't perfect, they were too serious. Because I felt like it took away. They did this. I think so. The move where they're just kind of grooving into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, they could have sat more into it, right?
Yeah.
If they just put a little smirk on their face, we got this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you would have killed it. You would have knocked it out of the park then.
Yeah, but, you would have been out of your seat.
I would have. Like, what?
But I mean, to contrast their movement before that move, really cool. Really cool. They definitely have this this thing about them. This I don't even know what to call it.
It's got us all excited, right?
Yeah.
It's like a low key griminess, but at the same time, just not.
Exactly. Yeah. What else did you guys like about them? Because I said everything I needed to say.
It was just a very well thought out blocking. Their use of that stage and just understanding where to emphasize these moments. It was just spot on.
Absolutely.
You really notice these things when you're watching this group. And for a four-man squad, like they were just doing the
This is
damn
Naruto.
thing.
Sorry, Andrew.
They got the teacher and the three students.
Yeah.
I want to make a comment that I felt like if this wasn't World of Dance NBC and they had a bigger group as like the other Worlds of Dance,
Yeah.
I think they'd easily make top 3.
I think so too.
yeah. Me
Like
too.
just based off of their uniqueness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can't teach that kind of groove.
Oh, no.
definitely not.
Not at all.
That's something they definitely inherited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also like worked and refined together. Like
I'm
they
sure.
definitely have that crew feeling.
Yeah, they do.
Whether or not they are, I'm not sure, but I mean,
But hey, they got it.
they definitely
they
have
got it.
Okay, so in terms of their scores, 83 from Neo, 84 from J-Lo, and 85 from Derek. Little low for me, but I mean, it might just be aesthetic.
Mm.
I thought they were great. I thought they were
they were great.
the best of the night, just in my opinion. But
hey, it always comes down to the judges, like honest opinions.
yeah,
Dance is an opinion.
yeah.
Anyways,
You guys have anything else to say about Freshh?
No, stay fresh.
Subway.
Minty fresh.
Eat
Pressed.
Eat fresh.
like Mentos,
Mentos.
the fresh,
The
maybe?
fresh. Eat fresh.
Subway, eat fresh.
Okay, we need to stop promoting these. We always promote someone at some point.
Sponsor us.
Call this number.
Anyways,
The next team, Silverbeat. Man, jeez,
man.
I have so many things to say.
Yeah.
First off, great costumes.
great costumes.
Apparently they were in
Yeah,
This Is America.
They were in
the
This Is
video.
America. One,
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
The girl was the choreographer for that.
Gosh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'll let you, Eser, I'll let you unpack this one, and then we'll respond to what you say, because I have a lot to say about it.
I did feel for the female dancer in the group. Like she had a very hard past.
Yeah.
Her dad died, and like dance was just the positive outlet for her, just to maintain some sort of sanity, as well as like get through the troubling times as well. And it's a very great credit that she was able to choreograph for Childish Gambino's recent music video,
Yeah.
This Is America, and that was a very impactful,
Very,
very impactful music video as well. So kudos to her. And I really enjoyed the culture that was implemented within their set as well. So it was just nice to see that uniqueness, and I'm glad that it's being shared with the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of feel like I really, really wish they made it through,
Me too.
because
Yes.
like it's that kind of exposure. Like you can see, for me personally, like I thought that when you watch them dance, you can see the influences that African dances had on
Yep.
styles like house
Yep.
and the music that influences those like Afro beats and everything like that. Like I really, really, really wanted them to make it through, just because we need exposure of those kinds of styles on a show like this. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I understand that maybe their dancing wasn't where it should.
Yeah, it wasn't at the caliber of the
Yeah.
judges' level,
Yeah.
but
Man,
hey.
I was really, really excited to see them. Man, like the music was great.
Yeah.
Their flavor was great. Like I guess the choreography just needed to be
it needed a higher caliber.
Yeah.
Should I mention the slide across the stage?
Yeah. Oh man, go ahead.
Probably just not as good as the hat sliding trick from previous weeks.
From you mean the first
episode?
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
I'm sorry, but like as much as I love this group, that slide was just like
Lackluster.
very lackluster. And the guy was just like, "Wah." And then I had to look. I was like looking around like, what did I just witness? This it didn't fit in there.
Yeah.
But it definitely needed a little more refining, and I was definitely rooting for this group.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the same time, not the most challenging choreography.
Mm-hmm.
But again, maybe it's just that that's just their style.
Yeah.
And just the way they went about going through the set.
I think at some point, like I was just really waiting for them to just go off.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like with that style of music and everything, like you're just, man, I've seen some amazing African dances, and like they always go off with the energy. Shawn, what did you think of the
I mean,
Silverbeat?
I agree. My heart kind of went out. I was like, when I saw them like they first appeared, I'm like, yes, this is it. Right?
Yeah.
This is the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just bad. I have a feeling, knowing that she was the choreographer for This Is America, right, and as well as this dance. I feel like if you think about the choreographer for This Is America and this, it could be one of those dances that it's feeling.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of dances, especially when you're in a cypher or in a more closed community, you can feel it, and they don't even have to be technically great, right? And I feel like it's one of those dances they try to portray, but it didn't register well in this kind of competition.
I see.
Yeah. That's my 2 cents on why that might be it. I rewatched this one because I was like, I can't believe it, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I was trying to look for like intricacies in the chord. Maybe they were like hitting a 16th note on their feet or something.
True.
Right. Because they were, you tap your feet a lot, and a lot of people don't notice the extra heel click or that things. Because I always say, like, when a non-dancer watches a house dancer, they're just looking at like, what I don't hear the beats. You know? Like I remember when I first watched house dancing, I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's like so many syncopations.
So
understandable.
I actually watched it again for that reason. So I was like, maybe it just didn't register through. Maybe even I missed it. And I watched it again. I was like, no, the choreography wasn't up to par.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I definitely agree. Oh, but man, did we really want them to get
I know.
through? So their scores, gave them an 80. J-Lo gave them a 77. And then Derek gave them a 79 for an average of 78.7. You could see the disappointment in their faces. Like, I mean, everybody that auditions for this competition, they want to get through.
Yeah.
I mean, they're only the third ones that haven't made it through.
Yeah.
But man, this one hit the hardest for me. I mean, that's saying something because Hilty and Bosch didn't make it through either.
Yeah.
But man, I would have loved to have seen them because they bring something to the table that no one else is doing.
Yeah. But I'm also glad that the judges did mention that this is more needed. Like, they want to see more stuff like this, but they want them to come back, like, because this was, and especially the group was saying that this is deeper than winning. It was more about representation.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I'm glad that they said that. That's amazing. Because like it's hard.
I think regardless, them being on that stage, it opens the door for a lot of people.
Oh
Yeah.
Because I mean, I can't recall a time where I've actually seen an authentic like Afrobeat group representing. Like, I mean, you see Afrobeat dance on TV, but it usually not like how this was. Like it was just where it needed to be, and I think it was great. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else to say about them, we'll move on to the last team, Royal Flux. Wow. Okay, so there's this is one that I had to watch twice because one of the girls gets injured 3 hours before the performance, and then she decides I'm still gonna perform, but on one leg. I'm like,
let me tell you about performing on one leg.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
A lot of dancers probably can relate.
I think almost every dancer can relate to this. Munar, I'm talking to you. So I'm just kidding. Me personally, I've danced on a busted ankle. You've danced on a busted everything.
Oh, I've danced on a busted everything.
Yeah, like I tore my ACL slightly and still danced on it. And I'm still dancing on it. Still didn't get a surgery. So like, as dancers, let's talk about that for a second. What is it about being injured we still think that we're okay to dance?
It's the adrenaline.
It is.
For one thing, it's the adrenaline.
Because you got injured during your performance.
I got injured during the performance. It was definitely between a transition. It was a transition.
Jet hit you.
Yes.
Jet. Hey, Jet.
But anyways, like, yeah, I think it's just the ambition and determination of this group overall, because like they definitely wanted it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially like coming back from the last season,
and wanting to not disappoint.
So that's very understandable, and she's a person like, I don't want to be the person that lets this team fall. So
absolutely,
like the fire was definitely brightened like at that moment for them.
Yeah, I mean she was like the dancer.
Yeah,
in their set
she was.
Like, yeah, she's front and center.
Shawn, what did you think?
I think so I'm gonna point this in two directions, and this might trigger some people. Okay, but no, just hear me out. One, her dancing, I think as dancers, all dancers, if you're in that kind of situation, especially on that caliber, are prideful.
Oh,
hands down. We're all selfish. Okay, you all know it. All right, we are all selfish and we're all prideful. And it's that camaraderie of not letting people down. Right. We're like, I can't let my team down. We work 8 hours a day to do this 3 a.m. practices. Like, if you're a dancer, you know, like all that hard work for a performance beforehand. So it's pride. It really is pride. Like, you just disregard your health. You're like, no, screw it. I'll break both my legs. It's like, but the other task, and because we haven't touched on the actual performance yet.
Yeah,
no, we haven't.
We'll get there.
I want you to consider, because I always try to objectify. If you didn't know the story beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Then what would you think of the performance?
Ooh.
Right. And people play that heartstring, because I can guarantee you that I thought the performance was greater because of the story.
Yeah.
And then when I sat back, watched it twice. I think I watched almost everything twice. Right. And I tried to objectify, and I had a different opinion if I didn't know the story.
No.
Right.
That is a great point.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Thinking back about it.
Yeah. I guess we could just jump into the performance part, right? In the performance aspect, even though she had a fractured foot, it was actually very sloppy. Yeah. It was very distracting. I did not know what to look at, actually. Now, they are, last season they came in, right? Yes. And they didn't make it either. And so this is them trying to rectify. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of great ideas, though. A lot of really intricate, creative ideas. But it wasn't as clean. And people can say, this is where you can say, well, that girl had a fractured foot, though, you know? Yeah. But I could tell you why I thought it was sloppy and where they could have fixed. There was a lot of carrying on the guy's part. Yep. There was, I think, one of the guys is constantly carrying somebody. And at the end, the last 30 seconds, they were tired. You can actually see that they almost didn't catch the girl. Right? You could see kind of staggering. Yeah. And all three of them aren't needed. Like, and then when they're up there in front of the judges, you can see, like, they're trying to keep a straight face, but you can see in their eyes, if you really look closely, they're like, holy crap, just breathe. And I think that was a lot of strenuous tricks and activities to try to fit in. Yeah. Beyond, like, they couldn't stay 100% all the way through that performance.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
And that's not on the girl that broke her foot. Like,
it's on each of them.
Like, I mean, there's a certain level of conditioning that you need to, be at and everything. Because I do agree that they were messy. I mean, and that's kind of the downfall when it comes to certain contemporary. Like, a lot of times that they relish in the chaos. But there has to be refinement too, and you have to be cognizant about your movement. Like, there has to be an overlying story, or not so much a story, but like something. Like, the choreography has to make sense. And I'm sure they compensated a lot for the girl that broke her foot. Definitely.
Sure.
But you're right. Like, maybe her breaking her foot actually, like, affected their performance more than they thought. Like, they have to be cognizant about not putting weight on that foot when they're carrying her. So, like,
they're putting more effort into it.
And destabilizing her rather than, she's also carrying her weight as well. Have you guys ever deadlifted or dead weight carried someone? It's difficult. Yeah. So, like, when they're not compensating with you, like with their own strength, it's much harder. So that might call to their tiredness a little bit. Yeah. But I do agree it was very messy. Yeah. Overall, obviously, I think she's personally out now.
Yeah, they're gonna have to totally rearrange things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, if it's a week by week thing, they'll have to come with some. I mean, I wouldn't want her to risk. Yeah. Further injury.
Or they could play with that idea, like because I've seen performances where their teammates have been injured and they still work around it.
Twins.
Did they injured?
Yeah, they did that.
Apparently, at the end of
their final performance.
Yeah, one of them was injured.
Oh wow!
And they played to it.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
That's why. Yeah, he was in the wheelchair, right? Yeah, he was in the wheelchair.
He was like a poor man or something? Like
It was a poor man, homeless man.
Wow!
Kind of set.
Well, I need to go back and watch that because I did not see that.
yeah.
You wouldn't have known if they didn't say that he was injured, but it still looked good. But yeah, like who knows? Like they definitely could play around that to the same effect as last year with the late twins kind of set they did. But yeah, I was definitely scared at some moments because like when she was just being thrown around and like especially like being dragged across the stage, I was like, is that further exacerbating her injury?
They're like pulling on that foot like a
I'm
lot.
like, this is not gonna get better for her.
Which is the issue that we have like as dancers and stuff. I mean, I think. Let me.
Okay.
Dancing while injured is terrible.
It's a terrible thing.
It's terrible, but we do it, and we talked about that. I hope she's like steps away from the competition.
Yes.
Just because she's gonna hurt herself.
Dancers, please just take care of yourself.
Yeah,
okay,
take care of your.
This is our.
You're not gonna listen to us.
Yeah,
but I told you so.
But I mean, like if you do get injured, take the time that you need to like recover.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you'll be doing yourself a service for later on. You'll be able to still do what you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the long term.
Yep. Now, as far as their scores go, they got 82 from Neo, 91
I know.
from J-Lo.
That was particularly high.
88 from Derek. They were scored. They tied with Madison Brown for the night.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that was high.
Yeah.
Much high.
That's
I think
pretty high.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the heartstrings thing again.
Yeah.
Like being injured and stuff. Obviously, that plays a factor.
Yeah.
So I'm just assuming that that's where they're going with that high score. So, kind of give them an opportunity to showcase what they have later on.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
definitely looking back at my notes when I wrote each of their scores, J-Lo was particularly lenient, or I don't know if it was lenient, but she scored each performance of the last night pretty high.
Yeah, higher than normal.
Yeah.
Nia was the one that was giving the
low scores this time.
Yeah. And even Derek, I thought, was scoring a little higher than normal.
Who knows? It's always changing.
Yeah. It just feels like I can't keep up with any of them.
No.
I don't know if I hate one over the other more than like every episode. Or Neo I've been agreeing with Neo the last couple episodes, and that contrasts with the first couple because I was like, shut up.
I never would have thought I would agree with him. Like the last season, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, yeah, you're right.
But out of nowhere, like last night, there like his comments were
pretty spot
okay.
On.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah.
This is World of Dance. Anything can happen.
It's always a wild card.
I still need to see my step team.
I know.
I am getting Shawn, I don't know if you know this, but my old step team actually is competing on the show.
No way.
Yeah. Generator Boys from
God.
Greenbelt, Maryland. I'm an alumni, and they're amazing.
Why aren't you there?
Oh, because I'm 30. These kids are literally almost half my age. But no, I'm excited because they are and I say this because I was there. They are the best step team in the U.S. I think that I think I'm biased, but
slightly.
If you watch, I mean, they're 4-time national champions. They've had 7 undefeated seasons, and this was, they're amazing.
So we can't have you on the show when they come on.
Yeah,
because, or maybe we should because you'll be extra critical, right?
Yeah, I will be extra critical, and hopefully they make it through. I don't know. They signed an NDA, so they can't tell me. Anyway, trust me, I tried. But I mean, we'll see. Next week's another week. I'll be here.
Yep.
I'm not doing anything this summer. But yeah, I mean, overall, decent episode.
Jam-packed.
There was a lot of, I mean, for me, it was like a wave. There were some good things, some bad things.
Yeah.
But overall, I was surprised. There were some performances that I was actually very impressed with. Mm-hmm. So hopefully next week we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Well, Well, let's hope for them Raider boys.
Let's hope. So I guess that wraps up this episode. Or do you have anything else?
Last thought, like it's just been very heavy on contemporary this time around too.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
who knows? Maybe it'll be a contemporary winner this time.
We'll see. We shall see.
We shall see.
I would like to see. I'll reserve that. I'm gonna wait until after the duels. I almost said battles again. I'll wait until after the duels to make that decision who my favorite is.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess that's it. Sean, do you have anything else to say?
No, I think
the episode?
I think we've covered it.
Yeah.
I think this was.
Yeah.
I hope J-Lo and them are okay. Not really. I don't care. I think I talked about this earlier, but it kind of felt like she was at odds with Neo's comments. She looked during Marissa and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah. That comment.
Neo said something, and then she was looking at him like, "The hell did you just say?"
Yeah.
Everyone go back and see it. It's actually pretty funny.
It's a nice side eye she just gave him.
It's a very strong side eye.
You're not coming back. It's my show.
It's her show.
My show.
It's her show. Well, I guess that's it. Eser, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Valserca. That's VALSERCA. And they can find me on Facebook.
Because he's sick.
Oh, gosh. Every week.
I got to put it out there. Shawn, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's poppin with no I _Chopstix. And it's an X at the end instead of CKS.
All right. And I'm Wonderfell88. Thank you again for this episode of World of Dance episode 5. We'll see you next week.
Peace. Later, guys.